Right, 2012 British Masters Grasstrack Championships. Here we are at Frittenden. Now the guys are out practicing right now, and it looks such an open field this year. We're really in for a treat. First of all, I'd like to talk about the solo class. In the solos, we've had a bit of news. Andrew Appleton, the current champion, won't be defending his title today. He's injured, so he's not riding, which leaves it completely wide open. Now we've got an Australian Cameron Woodward, who is everyone's favourite at the moment. He seems to be flying in practice, but there's plenty of young lads who could beat him. Tom Perry, Tim Nobes, Mark Baseby, there's plenty of British hopefuls, so hopefully the Aussie won't have it all his own way for a British hope. And in the sidecar class, there's any number of about 8 or 9 outfits who could win it. In practice, Mark Cossar and Blyth have looked very quick. They've got 2 outfits here today. They've got a steer and, of course, Mark's own outfit. And Winterburn and Liam Brown, the current champions, they look super fast in practice. So perhaps they could win again their second British Masters title. Rob Wilson and Terry Saunters, interestingly, are riding a twin shock machine today, and they look very quick. The track's very slick at the moment behind us, and the twin shock seems to be finding drive where others seem to be spinning up. So perhaps Rob Wilson could be one to watch. Either way, it looks like it's going to be a tremendous day's racing. Frittenden Club have worked tirelessly on this track. The track looks superb, the venue looks superb. We're going to see if we can get some thoughts with some of the riders, and hopefully we'll have a great day's racing.
No job today, no nothing.
Right, we're here with current sidecar champion Rod Winterburn. Rod, you've been out for practice. How did you find the track?
Yeah, good. A little bit bumpy, but real slick. But I think once it dries out, yeah, I think it'll be fast, it'll be good, yeah.
Now, we've mentioned in the build-up that it's a really open field this year with the sidecars. How's your season gone so far in the sidecar class?
Struggled a little bit, but we've made a few alterations and gone forward a bit, gone backwards with other stuff, but we're still messing, and we'll do our best today. I think we'll be up there with them, and we'll just try our best.
Now, you say you've been messing a bit. What sort of things have you been changing on the bike?
Handlebars, frame, gearing, just general stuff really.
Now, in practice, I noticed that you rode one of your Ducker frames with a sort of straight set of handlebars. What's the idea behind having straight handlebars?
Don't know.
Well, you've tried. Is it the first time you've used them?
No, I've used them before and never really got on with them, but I just thought I'd give them a try today, but I'm going to swap them back, I think.
So you're going for the more traditional drop-down bars?
Yeah, more comfort. More like sitting in the armchair at home.
Armchair racing. Now, what... So we're at the Masters this year. We've got a great track. You're certainly in for a shout. What do you think it's going to take for you to win your Masters title again this year?
A bit of luck to start with. We usually have a bit of bad luck, but everybody does. Just go out there and do what we can do. Try win every race if we can.
Now, last year, you say try and win every race. Last year at Swingfield for the Masters, you actually had a puncture in one of your heats, and it looked like it was all over. What did you have to do to come back from that?
Just go like hell, really. Just put it to back of your mind and just go. And then we had that puncher in that first stage. We lost a place to Mark Cossar. We finished second. Then we lost Liam in another heat, which we thought we were going to get disqualified from, but we came back eventually. Liam's here now behind me if you want to have a word with him.
He is here now, but he's walking away very quickly. Now, hopefully this year will be much more smooth. He certainly did it the hard way last year, so good luck for today, Rod. Good luck, Liam, and hopefully everything goes well for you.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
What a shame, I've missed it again.
Thanks, Liam.
One of the issues that I see, a lot of these
Right, we're here with Mark Cossar and Blyth. Now, Mark and Carl won this title back in 2010 and lost it last year. Mark, what's it going to take for you to win it back this year?
Some good gates and some bit of luck. I think we've got enough pace on the track. It's the starts, which I'm worried about, but we'll see what happens.
Now, we've watched you in practice, Mark, and you look super smooth out there. How are you finding the track?
It's good out there. It's just the starts are really hard, which is doesn't suit me. But the track's riding well. A little bit slick, but that'll come good.
Now, I think everyone's pretty much in agreement that if you can make the gate, nobody seems to catch you. How much pressure does that put on you for making a good start?
It's pressure I put myself, which is more than what anyone else puts on me. Either it goes or it doesn't. Just hope that it goes.
Now, Carl, you've passengered Mark for quite a few years now. How do you find passengering for Mark? You've passengered for a lot of different people. How's it compared to some of the other people you've passengered, like Gary or anyone else?
He's one of the top boys, obviously, so it's just the same. Different style, took a few minutes to adapt to it, but we're looking good now, feel good, it's working well.
And from a passenger's point of view, how have you found the track? It looks a little bit slick.
It is slick, but like Mark says, it'll come good soon. Once that top's gone and the grip starts to come through, it'll be good.
Now, Mark, there's a lot of people that look around at the sidecar boys, and a lot of them are older. You're a younger rider. What do you think we need to do to get more young lads like yourself into the sport?
I don't know, it's a $1 million question, isn't it? It needs to be affordable to have a go, because at the minute there's no way of having a go without buying a bike. So no one's really going to go and buy a bike. Whereas motocross or something similar, you can borrow your mate's bike and have a go at practice track. Whereas with this sport you can't. I think that's the major problem.
Okay, right. Well, anyway, good luck today, lads. Hopefully it all goes well for you and everything goes smoothly. Last year you nearly won it, and obviously things didn't quite work out, but it'll be your third time, so good luck and hopefully it all goes well.
Cool. Thank you. Cheers.
Right, we're here with another former champion, Paul Whitelam, and his passenger Alan Elliott. Paul, you've been out for practice. How did you find practice today?
The first one was very slick and we struggled a bit. We altered a few things and it's a lot better now.
Now, you said you've altered a few things. We've seen you working on the bike quite a lot, well, yesterday and today. What things have you been changing?
Just tyres, and I've gone to a wide rim back wheel, different sidecar wheel, and just lengthened it a bit.
Is that, what difference does having the wider tyre on? Why would you change to a wider tyre for a track like this?
Because the ground's so hard, I can get more rubber on the track and just gives me more grip.
And is that a trials tyre?
Yeah, we're sticking with trials tyre for a bit.
Do you think it'll go speedway tyre later on?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt, yeah.
Now, Paul, you've won this title before. What do you think it's going to take for you to win your Masters title back today?
Keep winning races.
A lot of people have talked about luck today, a lot of the other sidecar riders. What do you think, if they're mentioning luck, what sort of luck, what do you think good luck would be at a meeting like this?
No breakdowns really, just keep on going and plugging along, getting the points.
So you think reliability is very important. What do you think, how's the bike been running this year? Have you had any reliability issues?
It's been running fine, but we've had a few issues with it, but we think we may have sorted it. We've had a few fuel problems, ignition problems. We're getting on top of it now.
I know that last year your season was fraught with mechanical problems. You've had the new bike this year, the Ducker. How's it been adapting to that new frame?
The frame's brilliant. Handle's really nice. It's the engine what takes a lot of getting used to. Being the cross plane, it's completely different to the X-Up.
Now I'm going to bring Alan in, the passenger, for a second. Alan, you've obviously, as a passenger, had to adapt to this new bike as well. How have you found adapting to the bike compared to the old X-Up?
Yeah, no, really well actually. We rode the X-Up in practice last week and I couldn't get on with it at all, so yeah, it's a lot better than the X-Up, yeah.
Right, well hopefully you get all the luck, you keep winning races, and hopefully you can win your Masters title back today. Thanks, Paul.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Right, we're here with Neil Owen and Wayne Rickards, the owners of the familiar sound of the Godden. Neil, you've been out for practice and you look very quick. Does the track suit the Godden today?
Well, as a practice goes, it's looking good out there, but track conditions change so much as the meeting goes on, so we just got to keep on top of things and get ready to do any changes.
Now I know that the Godden's got a reputation for being a little bit highly strung. It likes certain tracks. If conditions are going to change to suit the Godden, how would the conditions be?
Well, the conditions then to suit the Godden has got to have a bit of rain, I think. Yeah, a little sprinkling of rain about mid-meeting. I'm sure that will make the odds sort of in our favour.
Now, Wayne, you've been passengering this thing for a couple of years now. How are you finding passengering Neil?
Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He's a very confident rider and I feel so confident with him. It's different to what I've been doing in the past with obviously the steers and that, and it's definitely something I'm learning something new every day.
Now you mentioned it's a little bit different, Wayne, from a passenger's point of view. What things do you have to do differently on the Godden that you might not have to do on the steer?
A lot more work, like coming down a lot more, giving it a lot more drive, especially in the wet. It just needs that a lot more drive.
Now, Neil, you've been in the top 6 in the Masters before. What's your aim for today?
To win it. You know, we're not here to come second, not here to come third. We're going to give it 100% and we're going to try to win it.
Well, good luck with that. I hope everything goes well, guys. Hopefully we'll see you winning it at the end of the day.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You might never make the Masters again, you never know.
Full of confidence.
How long do you want the point?
Right, we're here with Australian rider Cameron Woodward. Now, Cameron, you've been out for practice. Is this your first more traditional grass track? I know you've ridden at Collier Street before.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We've done a lot of changes trying to get the bike to go forward, and it looks like it's going to change every race, so it's going to be quite exciting and hard work to get it set up right for every race.
Now, you've sort of burst onto the long track scene really in the last couple of years. What brought you grass track racing?
Jonas Kilmacorp, he's responsible for all this. He's my teammate at Eastbourne and didn't have enough fixtures, and he helped me buy a Stewart through his sponsorship deal, and yeah. The rest is history, I suppose.
And it turns out you're pretty good at it as well.
Yeah, not too bad, I suppose. Collier Street and some of the nicer tracks I really enjoy, and at the moment I'm enjoying this, so we'll see how it goes.
Now, this is obviously the British Masters, and you're Australian. We can't really avoid that. How would it make you feel to win the British? What is effectively our British Championship?
Yeah, it's when I first signed up for it, I didn't really know it was the British final. I thought it was just a name, the British Masters. So it'd be a huge honour if I win this, but. Well, that's 6-7 races away, or whatever it is. So just take it race by race, and we'll be working really hard to get these bikes ready for. Cause we've got 2 GPs to come, so we're trying a lot of things, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
How has the long track Grand Prix gone? I mean, it must be quite a thing to go from just being a speed rider to then being a world long track rider. How have you found the transition?
Yeah, it's the 1,000-metre tracks are really difficult. It's another sport. You couldn't get further away from grass tracking around here, so it's been a steep learning curve, and but the whole field, everyone gets along. It's quite a cool atmosphere. It's not like the Speedway GP qualifiers I've done. That's real cutthroat, and so is Poland. But it's way more sociable, and everyone's there to lend a hand. It's really good fun.
Now, today you've got a real good chance of winning this meeting, and at the moment our sport really is looking for new riders, and riders like yourself who do the Speedway, who come to grass track. Is there any chance we'll see more of you on the grass track scene in the UK?
Maybe. It's proved to be quite an expensive sport. It's running one bike was fine, but when we sign up for the GPs, it's 2 bikes and 2 lots of everything. It's a huge expense. So I don't know. Ed Kennett's here today. I don't know if he's interested or not. But all my mates are still young, so we want to get good at Speedway. So deferring off to this is, it's an expense that we don't really need. Buying expensive engines from Denmark and Sweden, and it's I don't know. I hope so. It's a real good sport, and it's good fun and great people. So yeah,
it'll certainly be great to see you more often, Cameron. Now, today, Andrew Appleton obviously would have been a rival. He's out injured. David Howe, I know, is the only person who's ever beaten you in the UK on the grass track, and he's out injured. So where do you really see your opposition coming from today?
Definitely Glen. Him and I have had some really awesome races in the GPs. He's really well set up. Tom Perry, I've watched him a few times at Collier Street, and he's riding really well. Cooperman. I'm terrible with names. If I can go with the colours more, but no. This is their sport. It's got to make some starts, and yeah, everyone can go win races around here.
Well, I think you're very modest, Cameron. So thanks for that. Good luck today. Hopefully you enjoy yourself, and we see plenty of you on the grass track in the future.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Brand new links, am I?
Right, we're here with another one of the favourites for this meeting in the solo class, Tom Perry. Now, Tom, you've been out for practice. How did you find the track here at Frittenden?
I found it pretty slick in practice. I didn't know what to. I don't know what to expect really going into my first one because I think it's going to change as the whole meeting goes on. But I've come here not expecting anything. Just try and keep my top 3 like I've done, and just try my best.
Now, Tom, you've launched your speedway career, I guess, this year. Really, I mean, I know you've been racing before, but this year it's really took off. But you're still around about at the grass tracks. What's it going to take to keep you in our grass track sport?
Well, I think I need to sell all my bikes and just get some new equipment. I've had the same equipment for a couple of years now, and it's hard to afford it all. And me putting all the money into my speedway, I'm struggling. But I want to do the grass a bit more, but speedway sort of takes over.
Now, a lot of the riders here, the top riders like yourself, use the Masters as a gateway into the long track, world long track. Is that anything you've got an aspiration for?
I did, but it's still, it's a lot of money and it's a lot of time, and the speedway is my job, and I can't. If my promoter says I can't go, I'm not going. It's just how it is, and I love my grass track, I love my long track, but I don't have the chances anymore. So.
We've just spoken to Cameron Woodward. Obviously, David Howe's out injured, and so is Andrew Appleton. Where do you see the main opposition coming from today at the Masters?
Well, there's a lot of riders here who could win it. I know Cameron's going to be very quick. He always goes out and doesn't look too quick in practice, and he goes out and he wins every race by a straight. So it's hard to call, but I know like Tim's going to be on it, and Charlie and everyone. So just not targeting anyone or anything, just going to go out there and try and keep up with everyone, I guess.
Yeah, I think you've pointed out there, Tom, it's just a real open field this year.
Yeah.
It could be anyone. You've mentioned you were top 3 before, so hopefully you'll be top 3 again today. I mean, I can't see any reason why not. Good luck today, hope it all goes well.
Thank you.
And we'll see you on the rostrum at the end.
I hope so, yeah. Cheers, thank you.
Right, Ben?
Called banana big.
How are you? Oh, nice. Yeah.
You can change that.
Your boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You like to walk round the top there, she still scores with your bus name. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm good now. Don't get stiffened up. Is she? Oh, God.
Right, we're here with Tim Nobes, top solo rider. Tim, last year it's fair to say the Masters was a bit of a disaster for you, all told.
Yeah, it is. Well, it was a bit of a learning curve with the bikes. I think I only had them the week before. They were just like teething problems we didn't know about. What they expect, everything was all brand new, and hence 3 DNFs. I mean, the only heat I had, I won. But otherwise I was in good scoring points in each and every other heat, so I could have qualified. But just things could have been.
That was a real shame because we were talking before, and Tim was beating what turned out to be the champion that day, Andrew Appleton, in a heat, and dropped the heat, and then beat a lot of the top boys in another heat. So he was really flying. So today, Tim, it looks like it's there to be won, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's there. The carrot's there for everybody to go. I mean, just hope we have a good day. Everyone's all in safe and good hands and the weather's okay, and hopefully come home with the medal.
Well, good luck today, Tim. I know there's lots of people that have turned up to see you ride. You're a very spectacular rider. Hopefully everything goes well for you today.
Yeah, that's what I want. That'd be spot on.
Cheers, Tim.
Cheers, thank you.
Good afternoon.
At number 15, the insurance referred very quickly to the Saunters, that is Mark Cossar. Right next to him, number 32, the only previous runner of the Masters in the line of the Saunters, has shown the equipment manufacturing in the champion course in 2007, that is Glen Phillips. Riding at number 46 is third ever Masters, race after Winterburn, Saunders, Riding number 7, Whitelam, 250 champion. Again, number 21, the third Saunders, Number 11, Rainbow down on the Grasstrack, second in 2008, Winterburn, 250 and 350 world champion, Riding number 52, spectacular size on the Grasstrack series, third class brothers, 2009, Warwick. Riding number 200, the second class brothers, the third class and however the last one is Scott Grasstrack. Number 26, coming from French Winterburn, Glen Phillips. Number 191, the other one is first master, representing the afternoon,
Unless you didn't mention my age. Run out of fingers. Yeah.
Same number as on the bike, isn't it?
I wish, yeah.
No, I meant with the 9 at the front.
That'll be good for that right with it. Land on the front.
At 107, seems third in qualifying, prospects on the Grasstrack seeing the first round, really looking forward to this afternoon. Coming in number 30, advancing into the George Wood, number 4 maker, on the Grasstrack seeing also line, full red down, Mark Cossar. At number 2, third in 2010, At number 4, still in front of the other one, gets over the Frittendens, all.Drama. Number 29, third in 2008, we're on Russell still close, the different on the hand of the meeting in 2 weeks' time, Richmond.
This is experience.
And riding at number 1, 3 times, number 21, first champion, the only rider to do this race in consecutive years, absolutely flying, the youngest stadium ranger in the event since 1982, number 1, Tim Nobes.
And his fan club.
And riding number 25, British champion, the second four-star rider, Shaun Simpson.
Hold on, Colin. You've got one.
I ain't got a bike.
Not big, walking round.
There's also a start line going, isn't it, Rob?
Sidecars, we start off with number 37. Price, a Masters champion, running last year, a very, very quick Mark Cossar, Riding number 29, champion in 2007, was last week's making the third coach's successes. Again, the road absolutely strong in this 2011 season. Colin Blackmore passenger car through. At number 57, still second in the Masters qualifier, Colin Simpson and Roman Van. Riding number 80, Warwick, and of course a very experienced passenger, Riding number 9, third in 2009, Whitelam and then 50 Baker on 14 second years, he passed the winter number 9, Shaun Simpson, Riding number 92, the 2003 champion, Winterburn,
He's struggling if I say that.
I know. 4-1 and then. Trevor just broke up in the corner.
Sorry, we can't carry on very long to 192. Champion 2003, by that movement of Warwick was Saunters, Elliott. Riding number 69, 26 class foot rate, British champion, don't see too much on the grass these days, I'm sure he'll put a hand in himself. Matt Taylor, Mark Cossar. Riding class number 2, many times Masters champion, British champion in the old format as well. Finished second last week against a 6 strong field show. He can still see that that's on the day. The one and only C. Smith with Dan Crawford in the chair. Number 91, I'm sure every round of 4 weeks, so much work to make this track look so successful for this 2012 Masters Championship. Number 99, Lee Machine. At number 11, we're a young, exciting cruise in the country. When they qualify, they really are a tremendous sight when they go round. James and Denton. At number 12, second in the qualifier, that magnificently sounding Robert Nero and Winterburn. At number 22, our first reserve for this afternoon, the Martin Experiment Government Scotland, Carmel in the chair. And riding in number 6, our other reserve this afternoon, Mark with Mark Cossar in the chair. At number 38, the crew that will be running for this afternoon, the champions last year, the reigning champions, again that Woodward especially for this afternoon's meeting. The reigning champion, Winterburn. At number 39, the really make that round this afternoon. Change of passes on the line. It's Glen Phillips with Glen Phillips in the chair, second in the qualifier. Looking across to the next group, it's number 20, change of passes again in the second in the last was qualified, Joe Thurman and Joe Shortley.
Can someone say that? Well, what
And Bob just used my office to do this one up. At number 32, and third to the Masters, Robert Wilson and Glen Phillips.
Wonder Boy White. That's it.
The next one is the rolling machine number 5 and Glen Phillips. Actually, the program is number 3, great to see that after the River Windsors, Andy Redwood, and so giving the chair. And next one, another former Masters, twice former Masters champion, Sir Quentin, the favourite at the Winterburn tremendous display this afternoon. Number 23, Will Wilson and Tim Saunders. And final point in the semifinal this afternoon, the reigning Masters champion. I know he's doing a tremendous show this afternoon on a popular cruise, in country number 87, Shaun Simpson. Those are my solo and Sidecar for this 2012 British Masters.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine.
Yeah. Open up and come back to the bottom.
sponsored by Warwick's Woodward. Uncle Wick.
Juniors, Jack Dummett, Lily Mae Walker, William O'Keefe, Glen Phillips, Adam Bales, Milo Griggs, Marty Anderson. Intermediates, Lewis Griggs, Max Brown, Luke Harris, Callum Walker, Joe Nichols, Jack Thomas, Stevie Anderson. Plus the pre-75 solos of Colin Harris, Charlie Patterson, Luke Tuck, Darren Harris, Kevin Ackers, John Wheatley, Steve Palmer and Phil Spencer. Upright solos, Tim Mount, Wayne Barrett, Jeff Wiltshire, Stuart Allen, John Chaldicott, John Wheatley, Daniel Murray, Sid Sherman and Phil Spencer, and the riders are coming to the line for race 1. Amazingly on time. So the Masters starts here for 2012. Race 1 sponsored by the Premier Inn at Wateringbury. And the only addition and the alteration to the programme is number 4, Andrew Appleton is not riding, and Stuart Mears in his place. They go, they leave the line, they're heading down the first straight, getting themselves sorted out. Hot stuff here at Frittendens as they exit the first corner. Paul Cooper's got the lead. Is Paul Cooper going for it with Martin Sturgeon and Tim Nobes side by side, and through goes Tim Nobes onto the front line, just ahead Paul Cooper. Paul Cooper fights back on the outside and puts his front wheel back in front. Coming down to 4th place. It's flat out stuff here at Frittenden. Paul Cooper leads. Tom Berry in 2nd. Tim Nobes in 3rd. Then Martin Sturgeon. Rob Finlow. Harlan Cook. Paul Cooper stamps his authority on it at the last lap flag. It's Tom Perry, sorry, from Paul Cooper. There'll be ones and double ones modelled up. Just seeing if you're awake. Tom Perry then, Paul Cooper. Himself and the checkered flag is made available. Number 1, Tom Perry. From 15, Martin Sturgeon. From Rob Finlow. From Tim Nobes, Harlan Cook, Mark Richardson, Stuart Mears and Paul Cooper, limping home at the back. Looks like he's got to get off and push. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the result of race 1. Unfortunately, there will not be any speeds this afternoon. Our regular young lady who's been around the scene longer than myself, I think, has suddenly been taken a bit ill and is unable to come and do those speeds for us like she used to, but we wish her well and hope she'll be back on the scene soon. The race 1, the 500cc solo, sponsored by the Premier in Wateringbury, was a win for number 1, Tom Perry. 2nd place was number 15, Martin Sturgeon. 3rd place was 6, Rob Finlow. 4th was number 2, Tim Nobes. 5th was number 7, Harlan Cook. 6th was number 18, Mark Richardson. 7th was number 17, Stuart Mears, and pushing home in 8th place was number 11, Paul Cooper. The winner's time was 1 minute 17.01 seconds. Race 2 is underway. Almost as fast as the man in first place. Glen Phillips leads. From Cameron Woodward. Cameron Woodward really likes the Collier Street circuit. It is more like a speedway, I suppose, but this one's still. On the pace. Glen Phillips leads. Cameron Woodward in 2nd. Mitch Godden in 3rd. Adam Filmer in 4th. Adam Filmer goes ahead of Mitch Godden. races, all hot stuff in the midfield. Cameron Woodward. 1 lap to go. Charlie Saunders, Adam Filmer, Mitch Godden, Dave Mears, James Theobald, and John Weeks. Cameron Woodward takes the lead. That was on his thing. So there's Charlie Saunders second, and Adam Filmer and Mitch Godden, Dave Mears, James Theobald, and John Weeks. Well, 2 of the hot favourites down on points already, with only 2 races completed in the programme. Time's getting faster. Result of race 2, sponsored by Macy Industrial Fixings, was a win for number 16, Cameron Woodward. In second place was number 25, Charlie Saunders. In third place was number 24, Adam Filmer. In fourth place was number 29, Mitch Godden. In fifth place was number 19, Dave Mears. Sixth place was 26, James Theobald. Seventh place was number 46, John Weeks. We have a man pushing home, so we'll leave 8th place open for a moment. The winner's time being 1 minute 16.93 seconds. 1 minute 16.93 seconds. A little wait for Glen Phillips. No, Glen Phillips for Glen Phillips pushing home to try and pick up 8th place. And probably, I don't know, 1 point. At 1 point could tell a big story at the end of the day. Don't forget, it's not only about winning the Masters, it's about qualifying for international licences for the next 2 years. That's the other thing that's at stake here. So pushing home, get a little bit of a spurt on at the finish. Number 42, Glen Phillips, takes that 8th place, so put him in the programme, 42. From the top, 16, 25, 24, 29, 19, 26, 46, 42, 1 minute 16.93 seconds. That's race 3, sponsored by Tesco's of Tenterden. Every little helps. We get David Radley, Trevor Heath, Jodie Hodgson, Mark Baisby, Scott Cresswell, Joshua Dingle, Rob Melksham, and Danny Warwick. And here's a chance for these boys to make up a few points on those that took the 8th places in those first 2 heats. Chance to get a little advantage. Here they come, off the line. The power down to the ground, leading this one. From 52, Danny Warwick. From Trevor Heath. From Scott Cresswell. All happening here, valuable points at stake. Number 3, Mark Baisby, from Danny Warwick, Trevor Heath. And at 107, Josh Dingle. But this is where they break down, isn't it, in previous races? Followed by Danny Warwick, Trevor Heath, Josh Dingle. Takes the win. Danny Warwick in second, Trevor Heath in third, Josh Dingle in fourth, then David Radley, Rob Melksham, Scott Cresswell, and Jodie Hodgson bringing up the rear. Official result of race 3, sponsored by Tesco's of Tenterden. A win for number 3, Mark Baisby. Second place, number 52, Danny Warwick. Third place, 191, Trevor Heath. Fourth place, 107, Joshua Dingle. Fifth place, number 51, David Radley. Sixth place, number 91, Rob Melksham. 7th place, 200, Scott Cresswell. And in 8th place, number 53, Jodie Hodgson. The winner's time was 1 minute 17.12 seconds. 1 minute 17.12 seconds. Can I do that once or twice? Race 3, sponsored by Tesco's. Number 3 was the winner, followed by 52, 191, 107, 51, 91, 200, 53. 1 minute 17.12 seconds. Over the page, right-hand sidecars start here. Oh, what one to start with. We have Steve Smith and Dan Crawford, Rob Wilson and Terry Saunters, both previous Masters champions on more than one occasion. Throw in Miles Simmons and Paul Whitelam Jr. with James and Dave Googe. Put in the Godden of Neil Owen and chuck in the Cornishman Andy Gribble. I think we've got a race in our hands here. Sponsored by Oakley's Garage. I guess that's my old mate Robin, who I saw sitting outside earlier on, sponsoring this one. Down there near the Rhodes Mini Circuit. Riders on the start line then, Steve Smith on the tight inside, followed by Miles Simmons, then Rob Wilson, then the Googes. Andy Gribble on the outside, must mean that Neil Owen is the one behind the speaker. I can't quite see. Rose Rock, oh dear, 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 dear. Won't get anything happening for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I'll keep you abreast of things as they happen. Whatever you do, don't shoot the messenger. Could be a bad message coming through here. Well, as the race hadn't been started, the reserve is coming in place of James and Dave Googe. That'll be 184, John Hiscock and Carl Bell. Underway then, and somebody's got left on the line. Meanwhile, the rest of them make their way down to the first turn. Andy Gribble is down there first. Rob Wilson in close attendance in second place. Neil Owen in third. Steve Smith in fourth. Neil Owen goes through on the inside, powers up the back straight. Neil Owen throws a bit of a wobbly in second place. Steve Smith is there in third. It's all systems go here at Frittenden. Rob Wilson, Terry Saunters. Andy Gribble, Ben Schofield. John Hiscock bringing up the rear. Carl Bell. Nicely spread out, makes it look a bit easy. It's definitely not easy. Born and bred young man. There we go. 24, Rob Wilson, Terry Saunters on the last lap. From Neil Owen and Wayne Rickards, from Steve Smith and Dan Crawford. Miles Simmons, Paul Whitelam Jr. Flag comes out. Down with the win, it's 24, Rob Wilson. And Terry Saunters from Neil Owen, Wayne Rickards, Steve Smith, Dan Crawford, Miles Simmons, Paul Whitelam Jr. Andy Gribble and Ben Schofield, Shaun Hiscock and Carl Bell from the reserve position. Bringing up the rear. Right-hand sidecar, sponsored by Sussex Tubes and Fittings Limited. Race 5, a win for number 24, Rob Wilson and Terry Saunters. Second place, number 12, Neil Owen and Wayne Rickards. Third place was number 2, Steve Smith and Dan Crawford. Fourth place was number 9, Miles Simmons and Paul Whitelam Jr. Fifth place was number 3, Andy Gribble and Ben Schofield. And in sixth place was 184, the reserves, John Hiscock and Carl Bell. The winner's time was 1 minute 38.16 seconds. 1 minute 38.16 seconds. From the top, 24, 12, 2, 9, 3, 184. 1 minute 38.16 seconds. Sorry, that was race 4, sponsored by Oakley's Garage. I've written it in the wrong place in my programme, but never mind, I'll get over it. That was sponsored by Oakley's Garage, and this one is sponsored by Sussex Tubes and Fittings. Revs rise on the line there. Up away they go, a nice even start. They all hurdle down towards the first turn for race 5. 48, the current defending Masters champions, are out on the front line. And last year's runner-up and the 2 times winner before it, Mark Cossar, is right there in second place. It's the right. Winterburn seems to have locked up his... he did a marvellous comeback on that, didn't he? It really held on to that. Mark Cossar is right in there and waiting for a mistake, and he nearly found one. Tight stuff there on the front line. Mark Cossar trying again to come up on the inside. Mark Cossar now tries the outside. Now watch him cut back for the inside. No, he's not done that. Rob Winterburn's overturned a bit. Mark Cossar's around the outside. Who's going to hit it? Always level as they go past here. Level as they go past here. Mark Cossar now seems to have got the advantage. Right there in third place and really making his presence felt is 25, Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, another former Masters champion. Robbie Wilson and Bradley Steer bringing up the rear. Checkered flag time. Mark Cossar stamps his authority on this one. Rob Winterburn in second, Colin Blackburn in third, Gareth Winterburn in fourth, Robbie Wilson in fifth. Right-hand sidecars. Sponsored by Sussex Tubes and Fittings, race number 5 in your programme. A win, a fantastic win, maybe a deciding win. Number 37, Mark Cossar and Carl Blyth. In second place was number 48, Rod Winterburn and Liam Brown, right up his exhaust pipe. And a tight finish in third was 25, another previous Masters champion, Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. In fourth place was number 49, Gareth and Nathan Winterburn, again a very close finish there, and followed home in fifth place by 42, Robbie Wilson and Bradley Steer. Unfortunately, Joe Truitt and Joe Sturtridge retired with mechanical difficulties earlier in the race. The winner's time was 1 minute 36.60 seconds. 1 minute 36.60 seconds, nearly 2 seconds faster than that set by Rob Wilson in the race before it. There we are. It's all happening here at Frittenden. Race 5, 37, 48, 25, 49, 42, 1 minute 36.60 seconds. Frittenden finished doing their song and dance routine as we wait for the sidecars for race 6 to take up their places on the line. Lining up on the line then for race 6. Here they come. Another nice even break. Pete Colvin's got the best of it. Pete and Steve Colvin get down to the first turn first from Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson in second place. So he should know where the bumps are and what to avoid, shouldn't he? And he's in front. Pete and Steve Colvin leading Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. out of that turn with Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott in third. Then Will Offin, our local man from Staplehurst, and then the Cornishman. Pete Colvin's gone a little bit wide, he's left the door open, Rob Bradley comes through, you can't blame him for that, can you? Rob Bradley, Shaun Simpson leading, Pete and Steve Colvin in second, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott in third. Inside and catching right up with Rob Bradley. Tough stuff on the front line here. This is the Masters, it's not the South Eastern Centre Championships, is it? We're really going for it here. 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. As I said, twice already winner of the far side for Will Offin. Checkered flag is out. Rob Bradley takes the win. Paul Whitelam in second. Pete Colvin in third. Then Clive Stoneman. And then Matt Tyrrell. Mark Courtney. Official result in a moment. Race 7 then, they're on the line, sponsored by Tesco's of Bexhill. Once again, every little helps. They're on the start line. Rebs rise, tapes fly, and here they come, heading towards the first turn. Cameron Woodward was a winner of the first. Cameron Woodward seems to have got the whole shot, he seems to be well away. Cameron Woodward leading. 15, Martin Sturgeon in second place, Tom Perry in third, Rob Finlow in fourth, Mitch Godden in fifth. Then it looked like Josh Dingle. Anybody stop him today? Cameron Woodward. From Tom Perry moving up into second place, Martin Sturgeon dropping down to third. One more lap to go. Cameron Woodward leads it. Tom Perry in second place. Martin Sturgeon. Rob Finlow. Rob Finlow about to make a move on Martin Sturgeon. Josh Dingle. Mitch Godden. Cameron Woodward comes round. 2 rides, 2 wins. Is that one hand on the Masters Trophy? Tom Perry. Martin Sturgeon. Rob Finlow. Josh Dingle. Mitch Godden. John Weeks, Jody Hodgson, completing race distance. Official result, I'll give in a moment. Race 7, sponsored by Tesco's of Bexhill, of winner number 16, Cameron Woodward. In second place, it was number 1, Tom Perry. In third place, it was number 15, Martin Sturgeon. In fourth place, number 6, Rob Finlow. Fifth place, 107, Josh Dingle. Sixth place, number 29, Mitch Godden. Seventh place, number 46, John Weeks. Eighth place, number 53, Jody Hodgson. The winner's time was 1 minute 14.66 seconds. 1 minute 14.66 seconds. So far, the fastest time of the afternoon. Is the writing on the wall? Can anybody stop him? Race 8, sponsored by Dave Stallworthy and his wonderful books, The Story of Grasstrack Racing. Latest edition, 1975 to 82. He's down there, don't forget. Just near where the Welsh and Union Jack flags are, there's a white estate car down there, and he's sitting there with the books all signed and ready for you. Good time to go down, be the interval. You won't miss any racing. Here they come. We're on race 8. Somebody's got clear on the front line. Number 2, Tim Nobes leads it from Harlan Cook, from Adam Filmer, from Trevor Heath. Round comes Tim Nobes, followed by Harlan Cook, who's got himself up there to second, then Trevor Heath, Adam Filmer. Number 2, Tim Nobes, looking behind him on his last lap, ahead of Harlan Cook and Adam Filmer, Mark Richardson, Bradley, Elsham, James Theobald. Of the running. Tim Nobes takes the win. Harlan Cook gets second. Adam Filmer, Mark Richardson, Dave Bradley, Rob Melksham. Well done, boys. I will give race 6 out again after race 8. This is race 8, sponsored by Dave Stallworthy. Thank you, Dave. Grasstrack historian of fine repute. Race 8. A win for number 2, Tim Nobes. Second for number 7, Harlan Cook. Third, 24, Adam Filmer. Fourth, number 18, Mark Richardson. Fifth, number 51, David Radley. Sixth, 91, Rob Melksham. Seventh, 26, James Theobald. And eighth, 191, Trevor Heath. The winner's time was 1 minute 18.12 seconds. From the top, 2, 7, 24, 18, 51, 91, 26, 191. 1 minute 18.12 seconds. Race 6, somebody said they wanted race 6 again. Race 6, a win. For number 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. In second place was number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. In third place was 99, Pete and Steve Colvin. In fourth place was number 57, Clive Stoneman and Roland Broomfield. And in fifth place was number 69, Matt Terrell and Mark Courtney. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 37.86 seconds. 1 minute 37.86. We move to race 9, sponsored by Upstairs Room. Out goes Andrew Appleton, in comes Stuart Mears. Away there. On the first turn, Paul Cooper in hot pursuit in second place. But Danny Warwick moves up into second. Paul Cooper drops down to third. Then it's Mark Baisby. All happening here on the Frittenden Raceway. Start. 42, Glen Phillips, from Danny Warwick, from Mark Baisby, Paul Cooper, Charlie Saunders, Dave Mears, and Stuart Mears. Round they come then. Last lap flag for Glen Phillips. From Danny Warwick, Mark Baisby, Paul Cooper. Here comes the leader. Glen Phillips takes the win. Danny Warwick comes home in second. Then Mark Baisby, then Paul Cooper, Charlie Saunders, Dave Mears, and Stuart Mears. A little way behind, number 200, Scott Cresswell. Sponsored by upstairsroom.co.uk, was a win for 42, Glen Phillips. Second was 52, Danny Warwick. Third was number 3, Mark Baisby. Fourth was number 11, Paul Cooper. 5th was number 25, Charlie Saunders. 6th was number 19, Dave Mears. 7th was number 17, Stuart Mears. And 8th was number 200, Scott Cresswell. The winner's time, 1 minute 16.48 seconds. From the top, 42, 52, 3, 11, 25, 19, 17, 200. 1 minute 16.48 seconds.